Not long ago, the Las Vegas Strip was a vibrant world, a pulsing heart of pure joy and boundless anticipation. Stepping onto this legendary boulevard was like being instantly hurled into a sensory feast. The crisp clink of chips at the dealer's fingertips, beating like the city's pulse. The jubilant symphony of slot machines spitting out winnings, interwoven with the heartfelt laughter of tourists. And the neon lights at night, a never-ending fireworks display, painting the sky in kaleidoscopic brilliance. The air buzzed with a unique, intoxicating excitement, a belief that anything is possible. This city was once synonymous with dreams, a grand stage where, no matter your background or budget, you could find your role and indulge in moments of abandon and revelry. Whether you were a high-rolling gambler chasing an adrenaline rush, a global traveler seeking ultimate luxury, or just an ordinary person craving a brief escape from mundane routine, Las Vegas, with its unparalleled generosity and inclusivity, fulfilled the deepest desires of every soul. It was an indescribable magic, an atmosphere that quickened your heartbeat and swelled your expectations to infinity, as if time lost meaning and the burdens and worries of the real world were left far behind. Yet, by July 2025, that once deafening clamor has quietly faded, as if someone pressed the mute button. The once crowded sidewalks, where you had to sidestep through throngs of people, are now leisurely strollable. In the casinos, rows of empty chairs at the gaming tables stand as silent witnesses, wordlessly recounting the city's struggles and desolation. Buffets that once required an hour-long wait now have sparse lines at the door, signaling a sharp drop in diners. The confidence and ease that this city once proudly exuded seem to have been replaced by a pervasive caution and emptiness. In hotel lobbies, the excited chatter of check-ins and the laughter of reuniting friends have grown thin and faint. Inside the casinos, the lively mix of hope, tension, and ecstasy has been overtaken by an almost eerie quiet, with only the lonely hum of slot machines echoing in the cavernous spaces. The decline in visitors is as stark as a receding tide, swift and undeniable. Hotel vacancy rates are climbing steadily, and the iconic, all-conquering confidence of Las Vegas seems eroded by a profound uncertainty. People no longer stride with heads held high. Their faces carry a new restraint and caution. The empty chairs at blackjack tables silently speak to the absence of some core essence. The drastically reduced buffet lines tell the story of a city straining to reclaim its former glory but struggling to do so. The true allure of Las Vegas lies in its unspoken promise to everyone who steps onto its soil. A place where, rich or poor, regardless of background, you could find pure joy. Whether you were a high roller throwing thousands at the tables or an average tourist clutching a few dollars to try your luck at the slots, this city once embraced every dreaming or seeking soul with open arms. Now, that unique magic is fading at a visible pace. Not only are far-flung visitors noticing, but even lifelong locals are looking around in bewilderment, wondering, where has the passion and spark that once defined this city gone? The answer is not singular but complex and profound, woven from global economic pressures, a fundamental shift in tourist spending preferences, a new generation's radically different pursuit of entertainment, and, most critically, the city's drift toward profit-chasing at the expense of its core, the soul that truly gives it life. Its people. It's the visitors and residents who form the beating pulse of Las Vegas. Behind the empty casinos and silent streets lies an almost suffocating sense of exploitation. In Las Vegas, experiences once renowned for their astonishing affordability have been replaced by jaw-dropping costs. Hotel rooms, advertised at a seductive $99 a night, lure tourists like a siren song. But when the bill arrives, that's just the beginning. Mandatory resort fees, various taxes, and other cleverly disguised surcharges entangle the final cost like vines, easily pushing it to $175 or more. This leaves visitors with an immediate sense of betrayal. Buffets, once a hallmark of Las Vegas with their affordable abundance, are now unrecognizable. Where $15 to $20 once bought a lavish feast, now the price per person often exceeds $50, even $70, far outpacing inflation. Worse, this price hike hasn't brought a corresponding leap in quality. Even basic indulgences have become luxurious. A simple burger and fries by a hotel pool can shockingly cost $30. Parking, long a taken-for-granted free perk and a welcoming gesture to visitors, now carries a hefty price tag. Major resort groups have followed suit, turning parking lots into new profit centers, not only adding to visitors' direct costs but also eroding the joy of freely casino hopping and exploring the city. These meticulously designed service fees and surcharges lurk like stealthy assassins behind every bill, turning each transaction into an exhausting game of spot the hidden cost. Whether it's dining, lodging, or entertainment, nearly every purchase comes with unexpected add-ons. Tourists are forced to scrutinize every line item like detectives, wary of missing some fine print fee tucked away in a corner. This constant financial pressure is fundamentally eroding Las Vegas's core experience as a carefree escape. Even in moments meant for relaxation, visitors feel the weight of a cost-calculating sword of Damocles, accompanied by frustration and anger at being nickel and dimed. The closure of affordable, beloved spots like Ocean One, cherished by locals and savvy tourists alike, is more than a business decision. It's the end of an era. It marks the demise of honest, value-driven fun and signals Las Vegas's shift away from its approachable image toward a cold, profit-first corporate culture. This wasn't an overnight change but a slow, steady evolution. Over the past decade, Las Vegas has decisively moved from a destination centered on visitor experience to one prioritizing corporate profits and shareholder returns. Large casino and hotel groups, driven by Wall Street pressures and their own insatiable greed, have relentlessly raised prices and creatively introduced new fees to boost quarterly earnings. Once, Las Vegas drew global visitors with its steadfast promise of value for money, where you could enjoy higher quality service and entertainment for less than at home. Now, that promise is buried under layers of exorbitant costs and convoluted fee structures. On social media and travel forums, tourists repeatedly ask the same question. With both experience and value declining, is there still enough reason to choose Las Vegas over more affordable, authentic destinations? Changes within the casinos are equally disheartening for core gambling enthusiasts. Las Vegas's casinos were once renowned for their relatively fair odds and vibrant atmosphere. Whether blackjack, roulette, or poker, players could feel the thrill of mathematically fair competition. But in recent years, those classic, player-friendly games have been vanishing at an alarming rate, replaced by carefully optimized rule variations that heavily favor the house. The most notorious is the 6:5 blackjack payout. To casual tourists unfamiliar with gambling math, this might seem like a minor tweak, but to serious players, it's outright robbery, increasing the house edge by nearly 400% and fundamentally altering the game's nature. The introduction of 000 roulette pushes this unfairness to the extreme, adding a third zero to an already house-favored American 00 wheel, tilting the odds even further toward the casino, an insult to many old-school gamblers. Slot machine return-to-player (RTP) rates are also quietly dropping. While exact figures are often trade secrets, player sentiment and scattered industry reports point to a clear trend. Casinos are keeping a larger share of every dollar fed into slots, leaving players with less return and shorter playtime. These changes aren't just numerical. They fundamentally affect players' odds and transform the casino's overall vibe. Once, gaming tables buzzed with shared excitement and lively social interaction. Win or lose, players bonded over laughter, conversation, and collective cheers, sharing the joy of victory or the sting of defeat. A bustling craps table was a drama in itself. Now, traditional tables are increasingly replaced by cold electronic games and self-service kiosks. Human dealers, once the soul of the casino with their expertise and charisma, are being swapped for cost-cutting machines. The lively casino atmosphere is giving way to a lonely, mechanized, almost antisocial experience. Players no longer gather around tables, chatting with dealers and each other, sharing strategies and stories. Instead, they face flickering screens alone, immersed in an isolating, impersonal gaming experience. Layoffs have dealt another heavy blow to the city's service industry roots. To cut costs and polish financial reports, many casinos and hotels have slashed staff, replacing human workers with automated kiosks and devices. Las Vegas, once celebrated for its unparalleled, personalized service, is now seeing a steep decline in service quality. Dealers, cocktail servers, restaurant waitstaff, and housekeepers, the backbone of the city's unique atmosphere and exceptional experience, are being ruthlessly replaced by automation. This not only degrades the visitor experience, waiting half an hour for a free drink in a casino or facing clunky check-in kiosks, but also inflicts deep, lasting harm on the local community. For a long time, Las Vegas's appeal was global. Tourists from around the world injected endless multicultural energy into this desert miracle, enriching its cultural landscape and making it a true global metropolis. But in recent years, international visitor numbers have plummeted. Soaring international travel costs, fewer direct flights, and increasingly complex visa processes have deterred many potential visitors. The global pandemic of the early 2020s accelerated and cemented this trend, and even years later, many once regular international visitors have yet to return. This drop in international tourists has hit Las Vegas's economy hard. Rising hotel vacancies, slumping revenues in high-end dining and luxury retail, and weakened casino gambling income have dimmed the city's vibrancy. The once bustling casino floors, alive with diverse languages and faces, now often feel empty and quiet, lacking their former clamor and diversity. This shift isn't just economic. It's stripped Las Vegas of some of its precious cultural charm. Visitors from Asia, Europe, and South America once brought unique perspectives, tastes, and energy. Their collective absence leaves a gaping void. While tourists face escalating financial pressures and a degraded experience, locals face a deeper, existential crisis. Las Vegas's economy, heavily reliant on tourism, is acutely vulnerable to industry fluctuations. The tourism downturn has directly and brutally impacted residents' livelihoods. Soaring rents, contrasted with stagnant or declining service industry wages, have pushed thousands of workers to the city's edges. Many endure hours-long commutes or are forced to move to distant suburbs or leave Nevada entirely for more viable prospects. Homelessness has surged, with helpless figures on the streets starkly contrasting the glittering facade of the Strip. Layoffs and automation have worsened the local community's economic plight. To save costs, casinos and hotels have ruthlessly cut staff, replacing human service with cold machines. These corporate decisions don't just eliminate jobs. They plunge thousands of tourism-dependent workers and their families into economic hardship and anxiety about the future. Once, Las Vegas's service industry, backed by strong unions and decent pay, offered locals stable jobs and a path to the middle class. Now, the loss of these jobs sends painful ripples through the community, bringing unprecedented anxiety and instability. Rising crime rates are another growing concern. Increased economic pressure, fewer jobs, and strained social services have destabilized some neighborhoods. The once mutually beneficial ecosystem between resorts and locals, sharing prosperity, is now severely imbalanced. Las Vegas's exterior still dazzles under its nighttime lights, but in its unseen corners, a profound and painful crisis is unfolding. Despite these unprecedented challenges, Las Vegas, a city built on desert sands, retains an astonishing resilience in its DNA. Beyond the dazzling main strip, in corners overlooked by corporate giants, another Las Vegas is quietly thriving. Off-strip casinos like the revitalized Palms, the steadfastly local South Point, and the retro-charged downtown area continue to hold strong, offering tourists and locals the affordable, authentic fun they crave. Here, you can still find $5 blackjack tables where dealers smile and pay 3:2 odds. Affordable, hearty meals, and staff whose genuine warmth shines through, unscripted by corporate manuals. These places preserve the spirit of old Vegas, drawing tourists and gamblers fed up with the Strip's exorbitant fees, unfair rules, and impersonal service. These off-strip casinos embody a different philosophy, prioritizing visitor experience and satisfaction over pure profit. They remind the industry that Las Vegas's success stems from its unique hospitality, making every guest, regardless of spending, feel welcomed and valued. In contrast, the Strip's mega-resorts lean toward cold, corporate luxury, raising minimum bets and piling on hidden fees, losing their vital emotional connection with everyday visitors. This is a tug-of-war between two Las Vegases, one a standardized, Wall Street-driven luxury experience, the other an authentic, value-focused, personality-filled haven. Tourists, especially seasoned players, are voting with their feet and wallets, increasingly shunning the Strip's tourist traps for friendlier, fairer, more affordable venues. This trend may be a critical opportunity for Las Vegas to reinvent itself amid crisis. Las Vegas's short but storied history is an epic of constant reinvention. From a dusty railroad stop to a mob-run Sin City to a global entertainment capital, It has repeatedly proven its unmatched adaptability and innovation through crises. Now, it stands at another pivotal crossroads. Facing intense economic pressures, shifting tourist preferences, generational changes, and a deepening local community crisis, Las Vegas must rediscover its core value: a people-first, authentic, surprising experience. Restoring balance means respecting visitors' expectations. Las Vegas must boldly return to its accessible roots, offering transparent pricing, fair and fun gaming rules, and heartfelt hospitality. Strip mega-resorts need to break free from short-sighted quarterly profit mindsets, recognizing that long-term, sustainable success comes from visitor loyalty, which stems from trust and value. Drastically reducing or eliminating hidden fees, restoring affordable dining and entertainment options, and reverting casino rules to fairer standards are urgent steps to rebuild trust. Simultaneously, Las Vegas must invest in the well-being of its local community, the bedrock of its survival. Supporting service workers with stable, dignified jobs and addressing the housing crisis and rising crime will improve residents' lives and enhance the city's appeal to tourists. A healthy, thriving, safe community is the foundation of Las Vegas's enduring success. Additionally, Las Vegas must craft forward-thinking strategies to lure back international visitors. Partnering with airlines to increase direct flights and lower fares, streamlining visa processes with government collaboration, and launching culturally sensitive marketing and tourism products can reignite global enthusiasm for the city. The dreamlike allure of Las Vegas, that magnetic pull that captivates so many, still exists. It shines in the ever-changing neon lights and echoes in the laughter and cheers at the tables with every game-changing moment. Despite its current challenges, this city has never stopped thinking and evolving. If it can find that delicate but critical balance between profit and experience, corporate efficiency and accessibility, glitz and sincerity, its most dazzling days may truly still lie ahead.